Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be watching a video called 5 Things Normal in Germany but Weird in the United States. So maybe it's going to be a little bit of funny and interesting, probably, hopefully. I don't know, but let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe.
Basically, I got out of the context. She wanted me to take my pants off.
Okay.
First time we saw a lot of this stuff, we were like, really?
What context?
Oh, number 4. Okay, this is huge because in the US, it doesn't happen. Hey, want to get a beer at 9 a.m.? They would be like, what you say?
We're gonna talk about 5 things that are completely normal in Germany but would be weird in the US. Is it like kind of dark in here?
I don't know.
I can't tell. Is it focused though?
Yeah, it's focused.
You want to try this cherry ballistic? First time I've ever tried a cherry ballistic.
Wow.
Have you had one?
I think I have,
What
and
is
it's my
that?
favorite. It's even better than strawberry.
Oh, it's crunchy. What? What is that?
Oh, that's pretty loud. What's good, everyone? This is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's up, everyone? This is 5 things that is completely normal in Germany but would be weird in the US. Before this video gets started though, make sure to follow us up on Instagram here and here because that's where you can see exactly what we're doing right now. My name is Sal Cedar. This is Connor Sullivan. We're Americans. We live in Germany. And obviously when you live in a different country, you learn things that are different.
Yes, and because we're from the US, the things that we don't normally see, they're like shocking at first. You're like, whoa. But then to Germans,
Compared
it's
to
so
the
normal.
US.
They're just like, what? Why are you tripping out?
Right.
But for us, the first time we saw a lot of this stuff, we were like, really? Really?
First one might be the weirdest one.
Yes, this
What?
is, yeah.
In Germany, if you go in the sauna, you must be completely
Oh, naked.
Completely
naked. Nothing covering any of your
legitimately straight naked. And this is weird for the US because everybody in the US has a bathing suit, right?
I've never been in a
Yeah.
sauna in the US where you wear nakedness.
Nothing.
Where you wear
yeah.
nakedness.
Where you don't
You
have
wear
clothes on.
nothing.
Okay, and why is this weird?
Are they
This
co-ed?
is weird because the first time I ever went into a sauna, I was wearing Nike tights, like underwear tights. An old lady came up to me. She was
You need to
completely
take your
naked.
pants off.
Ew.
She was completely naked. She came up to me and started telling me something in German. I didn't know what it was. Basically, I got out of the context. She wanted me to take my pants off.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. It's because, again,
I
you're
was supposed to be completely
naked.
naked, and she wanted me to get completely naked. Imagine yourself in a different country, you don't understand the language, and someone comes up to you and tells you to take your pants off.
That's weird.
That's kind of weird.
Well, you're in a sauna.
But
Isn't that
now
weird?
I will say, Saz and I have gotten used to the sauna culture. It's way better to just go in completely naked and be free. It's
did.
not weird at all. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
It's
because
actually
everyone's
really
naked.
freeing. It's a very freeing
Better.
feeling.
It's better to be like sweating, not in clothes.
Going along with that,
Yeah.
the FKK.
Beaches.
We never heard about FKK until we went to the north, which was just recently. Went to an FKK beach, and we were just like, "What is happening?" But then we
joined in.
Yeah, we
Oh.
joined in, and it was the most freeing feeling. Jumping into
Yeah.
the North Sea.
Alright, we're going in the water. We're at an FK.
Can you record?
Here in North Germany. Butt naked, I don't care!
I'm surprised they were
Next
able
one.
to record.
Did you ever have that in the U.S.?
I never had that, no. Never. In the US. Always cooked. Number 2, raw pork and raw fish. Raw fish,
Raw pork?
sushi is normal.
Sushi?
But raw
Yeah.
pork, I never had that because Saz and I, we both made
Isn't that dangerous?
We ground up all the meat with our hands, we squish it together, and then at the very end they said, okay, now it's time to try it. And I was like, wait, don't we cook it or something else?
Oh my God,
we went from
it's
a
raw.
pig leg, straight off of the pig, obviously.
Yeah.
Chopped it up.
Actually, I'm not really a meat knower. I don't really know much about this, but isn't like ham? I think there are some cured hams. Are those raw? Maybe it's not as weird as it sounds because I'm imagining something like actually chopped pork, and I'm imagining like, isn't that dangerous? Isn't it dangerous to eat raw meat, especially like that? But maybe if it's cured, it's not that bad. I don't know anything, but I think like ham, cured ham, I think it's maybe raw. Actually, I have no idea.
Mixed it up. It was completely raw pork, and we spread that stuff on bread and ate it directly. Never had done it before. It was very tasty, but yeah, the
I
pork
would
culture
not
here
be that
is
brave.
large.
Right, raw pork
Yeah.
is a normal thing for people to eat here, and
Oh, okay.
I think most people
Do they
like
get
it.
sick?
I actually really like it. Metbrochen is pretty dang good to me.
They would.
Like if you ask a normal person in America, would you eat raw pork? They're like, no way.
No,
I would get
absolutely
sick.
not.
But we just went to the north and they eat a lot of fish brochen.
Yes.
Same thing as Metbrochen, except for raw fish instead of raw
Yeah,
pork.
but
Yeah, and it's
I
like
think
sliced,
fish
the
is.
entire half of the fish is there. So like
Right.
the way that you look at it,
Oh,
and view it, it's way different.
yeah, it's
Right.
yeah. It's
Number
not
3,
sushi.
beer.
All day.
All day. Obviously,
that.
people drink beer in the U.S., but they don't drink it like all day. I've seen people in Germany legitimately be drinking beer at 9 a.m.
Yes, 9 a.m. And you don't see this
I've
in the
seen
US
it,
as
yeah.
much. The beer culture is so big here. Like it's like bread, beer, and meat.
Yeah, bread, beer, meat.
It's like staple food for Germans. So someone in the US is like, hey, I want to get a beer at 9 a.m. They would be like,
Oh, did you have a problem?
Exactly. So the beer culture is a much bigger thing. It involves a lot more stuff in Germany than it does in the U.S.
and when you get older, you don't drink beer before like 5 p.m. usually.
Yeah.
It's not often that you're gonna have a like afternoon beer in the U.S. More 5 p.m. and on at a
Yeah,
dinner.
like after.
There's even a
yeah,
song in the
after
U.S., a
drink.
country song. The lyrics of the song say it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yes, you can drink.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
And basically, the idea behind the song is that you can drink beer before 5 o'clock or drink a cocktail before 5 o'clock, whatever, because it's 5 o'clock somewhere
Yeah.
in the world. So you
So
get the,
you don't
the
get judged.
connotation that in most people's heads, you don't drink before 5 o'clock.
Oh, number 4. Okay, this is huge because in the U.S. it doesn't happen. First of all, in Germany and Europe, they sell tobacco in the pouches where you roll your own
Oh.
cigarettes. Right?
I would think
And
they're
that is
rolling
not
something
normal.
else.
You don't ever see people in the U.S. having their own tobacco pouch, rolling their own
Never.
cigarettes.
That would be
No.
quite
And
weird, I
secondly,
think.
going along with this is just the amount of people who do this and smoke is on a different level because it's just more part of the culture.
Everyone-
but yeah, that
everyone
bag of
smokes,
tobacco. At first, when we saw it, we
That's
was
true.
like, "Why? What is this? Why are you carrying around tobacco and rolling your own
Yeah.
cigarettes? Why don't
Don't
you
you-
just
don't they
buy
sell cigarettes?
Cigarettes if you're gonna smoke."
Answer,
Apparently
it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
But it's
Oh, it's
funny. I've met
cheaper.
so many people who literally always carry a bag of tobacco, the rolling papers, and the filters.
The filters.
We'll just be like in the train, whatever, wherever, and they just whip them
That's
out.
a little too
Yeah,
much for
They
me.
pull out tobacco, put it on the paper, roll it up.
Yeah, like, why would you
filter.
do that? Just
the
buy
only
a
thing people
cigarette.
do that with in the U.S. is weed, and people don't carry it around and roll it up. Every
Exactly.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and it's so casual. You'll be talking to a German and be like, "Oh, how's the day? Blah blah blah. Where are you from?
Just
"Oh,
roll,
Hamburg."
they're rolling their
Blah, blah, blah.
cigarettes.
And they'll just like, and randomly in the middle of the conversation, they'll just be like, "So, how you doing?" And it's like they start like getting the stuff, dripping it on.
That's so weird. Just buy
rolling
your
it
own
up.
cigarettes.
Very nice. Light it up. And then if you stay with a German all day who smokes, they'll do that maybe 20 times.
Yeah.
They'll
Legit.
smoke one, throw it down.
How
and
many
then roll another
cigarettes
one.
Yeah.
are they
Yeah.
smoking?
That's crazy. The last thing I would say is really weird, but can't really say if this is actually true. So you could tell me if
Okay.
you think it's true or not.
Or if we're wrong.
We could be wrong. I feel like I've seen it a lot more in Germany than in the U.S. And that's
Okay.
making out in public. I've seen so
Like
many
public-
couples, like young couples, like probably 16,
PDA?
15,
Macking it.
just straight macking it.
Okay.
Straight macking it in the middle of like a main part of town, like in the downtown area, at a bus stop where there's like people around. They're just sitting there making out. In Hamburg, we were just walking. They were in the middle of a bridge over the waters making out.
Yes.
In the U.S.,
Wow.
all the young kids go to the movie theaters and go to the top of the movie theater and they make out there. From my
Wow.
perspective, I feel like I've seen a bunch of young kids do that, and I think it's weird.
I've only
but,
seen
like,
one. The Hamburg was the first time I saw it.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know. You've seen a lot more.
I've seen like
Is he on the
10
lookout?
couples.
In Marburg?
In Marburg.
Okay, maybe because it's a
Marburg?
college town?
Marburg. My boy. These are just some of the things that we've noticed. None of these are like, whoa, chill out. Like, just, everyone needs to stop doing that. They're all just like,
No, of course,
hey,
it's
that's
weird.
different. That's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
do you know? Anyway, that's just 5 things that we've noticed while living here in Germany. Connor also has a video today talking about,
Random stuff. It's about German things.
he's talking about German things, and it's gonna be really funny, and watch that video, it's right there.
Hello?
Angela Merkel?
Yeah, she calls me all the time.
Anyway, watch the video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channels.
Hey,
If you want some like German merchandise, we got that too.
we got that too. We're also both wearing it.
Yeah, this is ours.
Cop that junk.
Cop that junk. Link in description. Follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Go watch Toronto's video.
Bye.
Bye. Let me just roll up this cigarette real quick.
He absolutely is not doing this.
That's German, dog. That is German.
Okay, this was very funny, very curious. I do find it, of course, I like it. It was like, it's not weird as in like, oh my god, like what are they doing? But it's just a little, it's like they say, it's a little curious. It's a little like, oh, okay, I've never seen this in my life, but yeah, sure, okay. I think it would be funny to see like the opposite of like what Germans think, like what weird things that US people, that Americans do, like that they found weird. I would love to see like the opposite, because I think it would be very funny. Like, do they find it weird that people just like buy their own cigarettes and just like smoke it and they don't roll them? Or for them it's like, or is it like as specific that they know, like, no, we know that this isn't, you know, the norm. We'd love to know that. Also, the raw pork situation, I get, like, I get what they mean. It's sort of like, it's like, I don't know, like, it's like a carpaccio or something. Like, it's sort of like, I don't know, grind pork. I don't know the method of like preparation that they do, like how they cook. Well, I don't know, they always don't cook it, but they prepare it somehow. I don't know, they put like other spices, lemon, vinegar, I don't know, something to actually cook it, or at least it's not that raw. I don't know, because I'm thinking of some dishes, like, I don't know, even with sushi, I think sushi is one of those that is just like raw fish, as in like literally, like they just like cut the fish and they always do like, they roll the rice and stuff. But like ceviche, for instance, like I think that I think they put like lemon juice, and I don't know if like they put vinegar, and the fish is sort of like raw, yes, but it's sort of like a little cooked, because you know you have the acid and that sort of like cooks it. I'm wondering if that's the same with pork, and if they do like with I don't really remember the name. Do they do that, or it's just like literally, no, it's raw pork, like literally they just like grab the leg of because a pork is a leg, right? They just like grab the leg and they just like go to town, cut the meat, and they grind it, they put it in the meat grinder, and that's it. And they may put some salt, some spices, and that's it. Like, and then you just like serve it raw. Would love to know also if that's something that they sell at supermarkets. Like, do they sell it in like little containers, as in like tuna or something, or a pate, or I don't know, something of the sort, like a tapenade, and then you know you just like go home and then you just spread it out in your bread? Or it's something that, no, it's not sold. It's just like you have to actually go to a restaurant or to like a street vendor or something, and they prepare it for you. It's not something that's like usually sold at supermarkets. Would love to know the situation behind it all. And again, would love to know if people get sick by eating this, or is it a myth that you're gonna get sick if you eat raw pork? Or because I know that raw meat in general is not like a good thing to be eating, because you know the dangers are, it's not that everyone that eats raw meat is gonna get sick, but I do know like doctors and science sort of like advises you to tell you like try not to eat, like, or at least limit like your diet when you're consuming raw meat. So I would love to know if that's actually a myth, or do they prepare it somehow and they do some other different things and that's what it makes it safe. Or I don't know, again, or is this like a myth? It's totally safe. Or some people do get sick, but it's just like, I don't know, I get it means like, you know, the pork, like the actual animal, like the pig, it's, you know, it's prepared in a particular way or something, and that's, you know, the method of like taking care of the pig, like you have to be careful, and if the pig is safe, obviously the meat's gonna be safe. I don't know. The raw meat situation, I don't really eat meat, but you know, I would not, even if I would, you know, if I were a meat eater, I don't know if I would venture with the raw meat, with the pork. I don't really know. Again, I think that's a step way too far for me. I think maybe I would venture like the raw fish. It looks unappealing, but maybe I think I would be more, I don't know, like, okay, maybe I could try it, maybe. But the raw pork, I would absolutely not. I'm sorry, not in a million years, like, not in this life, not in the other. I'm sorry, that's a step too far for me. The beer, I like the beer. I know that they're going to be thinking, oh, you have a problem or you're an alcoholic. Why are you drinking beer at 9 a.m. or at 10 a.m. But I think the sort of like the cutout, I know that they said like it's 5 p.m., which I know usually, but some people do sort of like enjoy a drink, a glass of wine or maybe a beer with their lunch. And maybe if you're having like an early lunch at like 12, I think it's okay. I do think like the acceptable like time to drink, I think even after like 8 a.m., 11 a.m., I think it's okay. Like I wouldn't find it weird. That's just me. So 8 a.m. Well, it's a little bit kind of weird, but I think it's actually like if it's hot outside. I don't know if that's the case with Germany because maybe it's during the summer that they drink this at 8 p.m. at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Just like early mornings. But if it's like hot outside, it's like when the minute that you wake up, like again in the morning, like it's gonna be hot, and you're just like, I'm craving a beer. Like who am I to judge? I'm like, I would be with you. Like, yeah, sure, let's have a beer because again, when it's hot outside, a beer can be like very refreshing. So it doesn't really matter if it's like it's very early in the morning. Like if you're craving, you're like kind of hot. Like, who cares? Maybe more countries should actually adapt that. And I like the fact that people are not going to be judging you. Because I think if it's hot and I think, oh, people are judging me because I'm drinking a beer, like it's very early and people are going to be thinking like, whoa, this person has a problem. But it's like, no, I swear, I'm just having like one beer because I'm hot. It's like, well, because I'm like really craving. Again, I'm craving the taste of it. So I like that people will not judge you. I like that. And I think more countries should maybe adapt that. The whole like naked sauna, I know that sauna culture is very different in Europe. I don't know how common they are because I think in the US, like they're not that common. Like it's a different culture. Like you can definitely go to a sauna, but it's not, I think in Europe it's different, especially like in Germany. It's something that everyone does. And it's just like a thing of like, again, it's like their culture is something regular. I think for Americans, like it's not the norm. It's maybe something that some people do, but it's not widespread. And like they said, of course, you're not going to be naked because people imagine like entering one of those places naked. People are going to be like, there's going to be, please like put some clothes on, put on a bathing suit. So I know maybe there are some places that are like naked. I don't really know. But maybe there are some places in the US that are like naked saunas. But definitely I know that in Europe, like being naked, it's kind of like, it's really, they're very lax about it. Like they don't really have the qualms that I think people in the United States have about like being naked and bodies. Because it's not a sexualized thing. Like in Europe, it's just like normal. It's normal. And they have like co-ed saunas and people like, it's fine. Like they don't really care because again, it's not like a sexual thing. It's just like it's the sauna culture and they don't really care, which I think may be a little bit uncomfortable if you're coming from a place like I would imagine like Americans are going to be like, whoa, this is a little bit weird. I think it could be pretty shocking. Like the very first time you encounter this, it's like, oh wow, a lot of naked people here. But again, it's just like they're used to it, and it would be a thing about you just getting used to this. I do think like the naked beach situation, I'm surprised that we're able to record because I think at least what I had thought of is that people, in naked beaches, whether that's in Germany or basically anywhere else in the world, they don't allow you to record because you obviously have to like, it's all a very private affair. It's not that people care because again, everyone's naked, but obviously they have to like, people are being private about this. They don't want like any weird things happening, so they don't really allow you to like take pictures or videos or anything of the sort because again, you have to protect like everyone's privacy. So I'm surprised that we're able to like record a little bit of that because it's like, oh wow, I don't know, I didn't know that apparently in Germany it's like they are even more lax about it, and it's like they don't really care because they're trusting people. Like they're not gonna publish this like online or you're not going to upload like someone's, I don't know, protecting someone's identity. I don't know, it's like it's about protection of privacy. But again, I'm a little surprised by that, but I like that they sort of like embrace that culture and we're like, yeah, we don't really care. So yes, it is again. And the cigarette situation, we'd love to know why. And again, like, is it all Europe? Is it just Germany? Because again, I found it a little bit weird, and it's like, why do you do that instead of like the convenience of just like buying a pack of cigarettes? We'd love to know the explanation behind it all. Maybe it's because you can compare, like you can actually measure your tobacco, and the cigarette tastes different. I don't know. Again, I don't really know anything about like rolling cigarettes or tobacco or anything of the sort. But yes, this was a very interesting video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.